Today about the reacting to stupid habits taught by driving schools. Tier list. Now I know my little brother don't be watching this video, and good, you need to. You had two cars and you got in two fender benders with both cars, and you totaled your sister car. Yeah, man, this video's for you, brother. But no, let's see what you talking about, honestly, because there's a lot of things that I was taught in driving school that I do not do to this day. But let's see.
Before we get into this video, I want to call out a very, very specific group of people. Now, there are kind of two demographics I figured out to watch my videos. There are 19-year-old kids that are stupid and dumb, and then there's dads. Those are the two demographics that like my channel.
Hey,
In
man.
some cases, they want
Hey man, I'm a dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 22-year-old dad, young dad, but I'm a dad. Yeah.
it together. So today I want to shout out Carson's dad, because him and I presume Carson, who sent me this message, he watches my videos with his dad. And to me, that's two birds with one stone. Because one, the best way to make sure your child turns out good and not some stupid D90 driver is to spend time with them. The second thing is that you are receiving what's essentially a PhD level education condensed into a 15-minute tier list. Shout out Carson's dad. Hairline reveal at 100K. We're on our grind. Let's hop right into the tier list. So today, I'm going to talk about the absolute worst things that you can learn from these driving schools, things to avoid, and things to unlearn, okay? If you have been through a standard driving school, picked up these things, you need to drop these habits immediately. I'm going to be ranking them from actually things they may have gotten right all the way up to things you have to unlearn, like literally the next time you get on the road. Let's get into the video. Starting off, we have one that is stressed a lot. And I've actually had friends fail their exam because they didn't do this, and that is steady acceleration onto the highway. For some reason,
Steady acceleration. Nah. It depends. Me personally, I'm gunning it. I have a fast car, so I can jump in front of whoever is coming that's in that lane. Y'all know what I'm saying. So me, I'm gunning it. Ain't no speed limit on no merging lane. Unless somebody driving stupid fast in a slow lane for whatever reason, I'm gunning it and I'm getting on the highway.
Instructors as well as examiners love to push this. It's that you must be steady at all times with your acceleration. Be very gentle.
No,
And this is just
no, you shouldn't. You're gonna mess up traffic like that. Stop traffic, cause an accident. Because you want to go slow on the merge lane. I hate when people do that, actually.
stupid, okay? Heavy acceleration is oftentimes a very good thing that you should be practicing. Now look, if you're at an intersection, you gun it. Absolutely don't do that. Terrible, unsafe. But if you're coming onto a highway, the on-ramp is where you go from like almost a standstill speed all the way up to highway speeds, okay? And even if the highways are slow, like where I'm from,
So
they're
what,
8.
when you merge over, you just supposed to like just push it, like put your pedal to the metal. While you merge over with a slow speed, no, you slowing down traffic.
kilometers
That's
per
why the
hour.
traffic be backed up like that. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You need to get up to highway speeds. This is such an unsafe thing. I've explained this before. If cars are ripping and you're going slow, it's dangerous. They're going to hit you. Okay, it's super dangerous. This is not talked about enough. Absolutely unlearn this one ASAP. We're starting off hot. Next up, we got such
I feel
a
like
classic.
driving, a lot of driving is
overshoulder.
common sense though. That don't even make sense. Come onto the highway slow and then gradually get your speed up to the right speed. No.
Checking. Now look, am I telling you not to shoulder check? No,
What
no,
he
no.
said?
Got such a classic, and this is over shoulder checking. Now look, am I telling you not to shoulder check? No, 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 no. No.
Over shoulder checking. I'm trying to think real quick. Cause I got a coupe. So sometimes I over shoulder check sometimes to make sure ain't nobody in my blind spot. Sometimes. So sometimes it come in handy. But that's because I'm an experienced driver. I don't mean to toot my own horn or nothing like that. But you shouldn't do it. Yeah, you definitely should do that. What you mean? That's like checking your blind spots. Yes.
I think if anything, society under shoulder checks. But I think examiners stress it too much to the point where it gets exhaustive. Feels like when I'm taking a driving exam or when you're in driving school, that it's like any time you're doing literally anything. They're like, oh, check your shoulder, check your shoulder, check your shoulder.
Yeah. I think that's a great rule. Honestly, I think that's definitely necessary. You can't depend on the mirrors. And yeah. If I'm merging over, if I'm trying to make sure ain't nobody on side of me, I'm definitely checking up all the way. Cause the mirror's not gonna show everything all the time. At least somebody could be right on side of you, but you can't see them because the mirror's not picking that up. Check your shoulder. Oh, okay.
To the point where it feels like you have your head over your shoulder more than you are looking in the direction of travel. And this is the problem with this. First of all, obviously I just said it, you got to be looking the direction of travel most of the time, but assuming you still are, but you're still over shoulder checking. When you only rely on shoulder checking, that diminishes other tools you can use. For example, your mirrors, which aren't that accurate to be honest, but they can help. and more importantly, situational awareness. If you're just trained to be a robot to
You, just
Yo,
you,
welcome to the
building
Road
your
Better
app
YouTube where we get ads.
on base
Eventually, I'm
44.
gonna get an ad blocker.
Describe
Fucking
it.
out. Just vibe out.
And
constantly shoulder check and you're not at all learning situational awareness, like, hey, let me be aware of where cars are around me, that's bad, okay? So yeah, shoulder checking is great, but if you're overdoing it to the point where it gets exhaustive, you're not going to use other
I feel
methods.
like you should only over shoulder check if you about to overtake another lane or switch your lane to the next lane that you're trying to get into. That's the only time it's really, yeah.
Situational awareness, which in combination with the right
They got
amount of
it
shoulder
right,
checking
in my
can make you an
opinion.
extremely safe driver. I hope that made sense. I'm putting this in bad driving. Next up, we got
Bad
signaling
driving. Nah, they got it right to me. You gotta check your blind
at
spots.
roundabouts. If you guys are fans of the channel for a while, you know. But if you're new, let me tell you something. I am the biggest proprietor of signaling you will ever meet. Because to me, the cost is so low, it's pretty much nothing. And the benefit can range anywhere from,
Oh man, I hate roundabouts. I can drive, I could like get through it, but it's like it's so irritating. It's a hassle trying to make sure there ain't no car coming while you're trying to merge into this one and make sure you don't hit that car. Y'all know what I'm saying, bro.
nothing
It's a
to
hassle.
life-saving. Signaling is huge. It is so helpful in so many cases, and roundabouts are no exception. Roundabouts can cause a lot of traffic buildup, so if you're signaling, it can let people know who are trying to enter the roundabout what your intention is. Traffic can flow smoother. Everyone can get where they need to be
And
quicker.
if you're in a roundabout, I see no point of this first small circle right here. I don't see no point of that. Unless you about to try to go in circles the whole time. And that's how people get into accidents. I feel like you should just stay on the outside circle until you get to where you need to go.
You should definitely be signaling in roundabouts. It seems so trivial, but it's so important. And the more you make signaling a habit, the better. This is going into They Got It Right. Absolutely signal in
What about
roundabouts.
the
Next
speed
up,
limit?
staying right on the limit at all.
Nah, that's bullshit. I'll learn that ASAP. I move with the flow of traffic. I don't care where I'm at. Hold on, let me answer this call real quick. Yo, I was just making a video about you, cuz. What you got going on?
What you want, brother?
I'm making a video. What up?
Shit,
Huh?
I'm gonna pull up to your shit. I'm gonna tell you.
Alright, for sure. Call me. Yeah, love. Speaking of this nigga, he about to come over right now. This shit crazy.
Times. Now, my first video, I got near canceled for telling people that it might actually be a bad driving habit if you're always on the limit because you have the tendency to maybe go under a bit. And a lot
Man,
of
no, but that's
places,
bullshit, bro. I'm moving with the flow of traffic, bro. If you think about it, think about this. I know it's the right thing to do, the speed limit, whatever, cool. But let's say the speed limit is 55 and everybody pushing 70 on the highway. You're not doing nothing but backing up traffic and holding up traffic because you want to be a law-abiding citizen. I say move with the flow of traffic and go 5 over. If you want to do the speed limit, at least go 5 over. That's how I see it.
limits are too slow. And, you know, I thought about that. I thought that was a good take at the time. And I've kind of sat down and done some reflection. And as someone who's giving advice, I feel like it's important for me to take accountability and tell you that I still believe the same thing. If you're always on the limit, you're going too slow. Now, it completely depends
Yes.
on the region you are in.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. Like if you in like an area that got a high, what's this called? Like a lot of pedestrians, a little residential area, you supposed to do speed limit. Do that little 25 miles per hour, that little 30. But if you in like open roads, y'all know what the open road is, like clear cut open roads, highway speeds, even back roads. Go 5 over, bro.
Some places have appropriately set limits.
Yeah.
How can you tell if the limits are appropriately set? The general flow of
I say
traffic
that's
follows
bad
the limit.
driving
In that
to be
case,
always on
follow the
speed
limit.
limit.
Here's my thing. The flow is a better dictator of proper speed than the street signs. For example, I live in Vancouver. The limits here are insane. It is 80 kilometers per hour on a highway and 50 on any other
49. Imagine going 50 miles on a highway. Man, hell no.
road. That is insane. So in that case,
31 miles on the road. Our average on the road is about like 45. Our highway 55 through 70. 70 at its highest. At least from where I'm at. I think this is what, I-41 right here? Yeah.
flow has dictated, the common person has dictated that's too slow, and the flow on the highways is more about 100, 110, which is very reasonable for a wide open freeway, and on side streets, it's, 60-ish, 65. That's good. The flow has dictated that. The common person has dictated that's a reasonable speed. Follow the flow, follow the culture of the city while still doing speeds that are reasonable, okay? For that reason, bad driving. Next up, we have never using the horn. Now, it feels like when you're taking a driving exam or driving with an instructor, it is like a cardinal sin to use the horn. Use your horn. Okay? When I was taking my driving license, I had right away, and this guy just made a left turn right into my lane, almost hit me.
Wait, what did he say?
A cardinal. Now it feels
I
like
said it's bad driving. At least we agree there.
okay, for that reason, bad driving. Next up, we have never using the horn.
I feel like you should use your horn in certain situations where you see somebody like merging over into your lane and they not using their signal, or they seem distracted, or they just sitting at the stoplight. I mean the go light. They sitting at the green light. But I would say don't use your. You shouldn't. You should use your horn as less as possible, like at least as possible, because that's kind of triggering to certain people, right? So you come across the wrong person and you blow your horn at the wrong person. Now you started a conflict and you could possibly lose your life. That might sound extreme, but I'm from Milwaukee, bro. Anything can happen, bro. I'm just saying. I don't know where y'all
Now
from.
it feels like when you're taking a driving exam or driving with an instructor, it is like a cardinal sin to use the horn. Use your horn. Okay? When I was taking my driving license, I had right away.
I say don't. I say, man. I say, man. Yeah.
And this
They're
guy just
protecting your safety. It's not like you just. Yeah. I say, man.
left turn right into my
Nah,
lane.
nah. They got it right. They got it right. Because you use the horn to get the attention of the next driver. But you should never really use your horn unless you have to. So it's in between they got it right and man. Yeah.
Almost hit me, okay? But
I can
because I was
record
so
right here.
scared that the examiner would be like, "Oh, that's road
That one, I'm
rage
putting
and
that right
you're an
here.
irresponsible, reckless driver."
Right here.
I just didn't do anything. I just took it on the chin, even though that dude blatantly cut me off and almost hit my car, and a quick horn would have been beneficial. But no, I was too scared. Is that a me problem? Maybe. Maybe she would have been fine with it, but
That's
maybe.
good that you that scared because you don't know what that man got going on in his life or what he has in his car. I know y'all be seeing them road rage compilations. You want to be a victim of a road rage compilation? Especially in a state like Milwaukee. I don't know about Florida, but for sure Texas. Any place that got stands your ground.
Horns are so frowned upon a lot of the time,
Yeah.
and yet they're so useful. So for not using your horn, never ever do this. Use your horn. Next up, we have not changing lanes in an intersection. Now it's like a cardinal sin.
Don't change lanes in the intersection. I say bad driving. Because my auntie, she actually failed her driving test just because of the simple fact that she changed lanes while turning. You get what I'm saying? But on the road, like you don't really come across that problem. Like you can do it in front of the police. The police don't give a damn. I did it a couple times. I say, I say, I say never do this. Just because the simple fact. The police don't mess with you. As long as the police don't mess with you and you not interfering with the next person in the other turning lane, you should be straight.
All right, we have an intersection, and it's a 2-lane road. To change mid-intersection,
Wait, what? Man, unlearn that.
Denim? Hold on.
Why you can't
On
change?
the
I think he
wait,
talking about on the turn.
ain't no way.
Hey,
You guys
yo,
are a
welcome to
print
the
on
Bro
demand
Side.
company.
You
Come on
wanna
now.
get
Be
ass,
special
don't
logo.
worry about it.
Insane.
But I'm thinking
honestly,
he's
guys-
talking about when you like turn it, like you get a arrow, and then you gotta turn that way. You can't switch the lanes. But if he's talking about switching lanes in the middle of the intersection, that don't matter. I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly. As long as you don't cross that solid yellow line, you straight. What is he talking about?
as much as it pains me to say it, driving schools and driving examiners are right about this. Intersections are crazy. They're where all the accidents happen. You need to be predictable. I mean, there are no lanes for you to cross or no lines or anything like that. You can't be predictable. No one's going to know where you are if you're changing lanes in between there. I'm going to say they got it right here. Next up, a lot of driving schools will preach when you're at
I
an
don't understand that one. No comment, cause I don't understand.
intersection, you're allowed to turn right on a red that you don't.
Unlearn this ASAP. You can't turn right on the red unless it says no turn on red. That's why there's a no turn on red sign to let you know not to turn right on here because you could cause an accident. If there's no sign, I'm turning right on red. Simple.
Have to. And yes, technically, by all legal standards, they are right. Here's my problem with that. A lot of the time, intersections
Unlearn it. You know how many times I turn right on red in front of the police? No, if there's no sign that says you no turn on red, you a-okay, okie dokie, smooth as
have long
butter.
cycles. That means when it's actually green for you, it's like once every 5 minutes. A lot of times there are a lot of people waiting to turn right on a road. So if you're stopping there, even when you could turn right, you might be holding up a lot of people, wasting your time, wasting other people's time. Just make the right turn. The argument driving instructors use is like, oh, what if you're not confident? Well, if you're not confident to make a right turn in an intersection, you might not be confident enough for the road. I think there
No
are
word.
exceptions if the intersection's chaotic, there's pedestrians.
Then the people behind you, you holding up traffic now. Now people beeping their horn at you. There's no cars coming. Why are you still sitting there? What are we talking about? It'll be different if somebody's coming and you try to dart in front of them. Hurry up. No. When it's good to go, you go. Straight like that, bro.
Crossing, stuff
I
like
don't
that.
think
In
it's a,
most cases,
I don't think it's a hard concept to grasp. Me personally. I'm just
should
saying.
be. So I'm going to balance it out at meh. Next up, we have one of the biggest lies ever told by big driving, and that is feeding the wheel. Instead of explaining it, I'll put two videos on the
Feeding the
screen. And
wheel.
just by looking at this, you should tell that hand over hand is the correct method. At the end of the day, how you
They could one hand. 'Cause Why do I need? Why do I need? Hello, what you got going on? Oh, I was about to see if you want to go bowling with me. He about to get here in a couple minutes, so probably. Hold on, I'm gonna call you when I'm done with this video. Hold on, just give me a hot second. This video like 2 minutes. Tremaine coming over here, so we just gonna record and probably wait for you. But I'm gonna call you right back. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
screen. And just by looking at this, you should tell that hand over hand is the correct method. At the end of the day, how you turn isn't as big of a deal. Use whatever turning method gives you the most control over the car and makes you the most confident on the road. But their mandatory push of feeding the wheel, which is a terrible, outdated, stupid method, is absolutely ridiculous.
Feeding the wheel.
Never do
I
this.
feel like you could accidentally hit your arm and then jerk the car and then yeah. Nah, I'm cool.
We have always using your handbrake. If you're in a manual car, I wouldn't trust.
Always using your handbrake. I never use my handbrake, so I'm gonna say unlearn that ASAP. Just the other day, the dude I was on the phone with, he was telling me how he used his handbrake to park now. I'm like, what's the point of that? So I forget the point. I'm sure he about to tell us, but I've never been in a position where I had to use the handbrake. Unless you're talking about the Kia boys, they always using the e-brake to like do drifts and all that. But I'm not driving like a Kia boy, so
Gear, throw up your handbrake. But if we're in automatic, the park gear is doing a pretty good job of keeping your car still. The amount that driving examiners and instructors stress this is a little overkill. However, it can't hurt. I mean, yes, it could theoretically wear out your parking brake faster, but it's not as big as a deal as they make it seem. For that reason, I'm going to balance it out at meh. Next up, leave
I'm gonna say unlearn this. I've never used my handbrake ever, bro.
massive gaps at stoplights or stop signs.
What?
Balance it out at meh. Next up, leaving massive gaps at stoplights or stop signs. So you have some weird rule where you have to see like the front of the car completely ahead of you, and there's rhyme and reason to that. But that
Uh, I say meh because if it's snow outside, yeah, yeah. But if it's clear skies, hot as hell, no weather conditions, I don't think I need to do that. I'm gonna say meh. But for sure with the snow, it depends on the weather condition. Let's say that.
a little extreme. Okay, yes, leave a gap in between cars. You shouldn't be sandwiched up at traffic. But in some cases, leaving too much of a gap, especially if everyone does this, it's going to leave way less room in intersections. Let's say it's a tight intersection, only a certain amount of cars can fit through. A few cars won't be able to make it if you're leaving so much gap. And also seeing the cars ahead of you is like completely arbitrary because like what if your car's roof line is higher? What if you're taller? What if you're shorter? There's so many things to consider here, so many factors.
Where
Leave
you
a
got
decent
your seat super, I drive my seat super low. Where you got your seat super high, yeah, for sure.
gap. Also, make sure to be aware of other cars. Maybe someone's trying to squeeze by to get into the turning lane, leaving way too much space, in my opinion. Bad driving. Finally, we have not
sure.
using your headlights for communicating. Now, it is, I think it's
Wait,
bad driving. Finally, we have not using your headlights for communicating. Now, it is
not using it, it's telling us not to because I use mine to communicate. If somebody don't got their headlights on, I flash them. Or somebody do some bullshit on the road, I flash them. Or just a warning. The police these ways, slow down. I flash them. Just, you know what I'm saying? Friendly little gesture. I think that's better than beeping the horn. That's what I do. Yeah.
think in some places technically illegal, which is absolutely crazy. Using your brights to communicate is actually a fantastic. It can politely communicate things or communicate critical information from like a longer distance, i.e.,
Yeah.
cops ahead, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
that's me.
driving
You know what I'm saying? Looking out.
schools are not going to teach you how to help other people avoid cops, but in reality it is such a good thing to use your brights. You should 100% be doing this. If you're never using them, you have to unlearn this habit ASAP. Start using your brights to communicate. It's so helpful. Let me know if you guys agree.
No, for sure. I definitely agree with that. I love using my beams to communicate. I love when people use theirs to communicate me. I remember somebody first did it. I was confused because you know I drive a fast car. I be speeding sometimes. I drive a fast car, and I guess it was the police sitting like that was upcoming on the police, but the car passed me, started flashing their lights. It's broad daylight. So what you flashing lights for? My light's good. So I just slowed down. And what do you know? The police is there. But nah, I said what I said, and y'all heard what I said. So I'm gonna catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir.